Alu, good morning to you. So this essentially is about the community's right or their intent to assert their right to say no to mining or yes to mining if they so agree.
Certainly, Kole, I mean, this community is exercising their right to say no to mining. And of course, this issue dates back to about 10 years, Kole, where residents in Xolobeni have been actually vehemently opposed to titanium mining in their community. And of course, there has been this issue has been protracted, and now we're seeing it coming to court, and residents want the court to really make sure that it gives them, it asserts their right of saying no to the mining in their community. I want to bring in one of the people who has traveled from Xolobeni to come and listen to today's ruling. Yintoni ningayifuni imine kangaka kula mhlaba waseXolobeni?
Tata imine sesibonile kwezindawo umayinwa kuzo ukuthi ayincedisi ngathi imine. Naphaya ke sinenkolelo ukuthi nakhona ezincedisa umuntu imine lapha eXolobeni.
Njengoba nje kuthiwa ikhona inhlupheko kula ndawo nihlala kuyo.
Inhlupheko ayikho eXolobeni. Xa ungafuna ukusebenza ufuna inhlupheko. Inhlupheko siyibone apha eGolithini, inhlupheko ikhona abantu balala phansi kwamabhilidi. Akho inhlupheko eXolobeni. Akho umuntu ongatyanga eXolobeni. Uba sinomhlaba siyalima. Akukho engavumi eXolobeni. Kuba naba bathi abafuna imine bayalima nabo.
Uba umphathiswa uyayivumela bemine mayenzeke, nizawuthini ke?
Kuthiwa abantu banelungelo ukuthi cha. If ugovernment nguwethu, unless ke ugovernment wase-Australia, ugovernment wethu bathi cha sithi cha ngemine.
Enkosi kakhulu tata.
Enkosi.
Xoli, that's I mean, he traveled from the Eastern Cape to be here. Essentially, he's saying that he's here to actually listen to what the court will say. And as a resident of Xolobeni, as a person who lives in that village, he's one of the people who's opposing mining, and he's saying that most people there really believe that subsistence farming is the way to go for them. And he's saying that judging from what they've seen in other communities, what mining companies have done, those experiences have actually not been great. I want to bring in David van Wyk. He is a lead researcher for the Benchmarks Foundation. David, thank you so much for your time. I mean, these residents are saying that they have a right to say no. Is that justifiable?
Well, I think, yes, it is justifiable constitutionally, legally, and also in terms of morals. You know, if someone has been saying no for almost 16 years now, you know, the government should listen to what people are saying. You know, Frans Fanon speaks about land and the importance of land for the African identity. You remove people from their land, you remove them from their identity, and you remove them into a wage labor system where they have to now work for wages instead of controlling and owning their own land, livestock and crops and so on. You know, the Constitution actually says people have a right to choose the economic or business opportunities of their choice, and they should not be forced into anything that they don't want. If people don't want mining, then the government should respect the fact that they don't want mining. Why force them into mining? It's not as if this one license is not given, that mining in this country will collapse.
What does it say, though, about these consultation processes when it comes to issues like this?
Well, the Benchmarks Foundation has recommended for a long time that the law should actually change. We should change the word consultation to negotiation. When someone comes to my house and they want to buy my house, they don't consult me and then kick me out. They actually pay me for the house after we agreed to a negotiated agreement between us and the buyer. Now, in mining, it seems as if people in rural areas, remote rural areas, can just be kicked off, like they were kicked off the land in Kimberley when diamonds were discovered, like they were kicked off the land in Johannesburg when gold was discovered, like they are being kicked off in Limpopo, in Sekhukhune land, and other areas where there is now platinum. You know, why is it that always those people who are of a certain color and so on gets targeted for land expropriation without compensation? You know, we must be very, very careful about what is actually happening here, because it's like a 19th century war between mine bosses and peasant communities, which is really, really not necessary in the 21st century.
All right, David van Wyk, thank you so much for your time. Colleague, that's David van Wyk from the Benchmark Foundation. It's back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Malungelo Boy. Interesting conversations you're having there, particularly from that person who comes from Xolobeni, saying that people in big cities like Johannesburg sleep under bridges and they go to bed sometimes without food, whereas in Xolobeni, they're able to farm and produce their own crops in order to go to bed with a full stomach.